Good morning, children. Today we are going to learn macroeconomics. In macroeconomics, the third lesson, that is national income and related aggregates. We have already taken this lesson in the class, and I have told you that national income is an important concept of macroeconomics. There are various aggregates or variants of national income. Okay, now let us see. As a revision, I am going to tell you all these have been taken in the class. Once more, I am telling you that the various aggregates of national income are gross domestic product at market price, gross domestic product at factor cost, net domestic product at market price, net domestic product at factor cost, gross national product at market price and gross national product at factor cost, net national product at market price and net national product at factor cost. All these are the 8 important aggregates of national income. Here you can see that the 4 of them are domestic products and 4 of them are national products, and net domestic product at factor cost is also known as domestic income, and net national product at factor cost is also known as national income. So the 8 aggregates you will by heart: GDP at MP, GDP at FC, NDP at MP, like that all the 8 aggregates you will by heart. First, let me tell you what you mean by gross domestic product at market price. Gross domestic product at market price or GDP at MP. You have already learned what is GDP at MP. What is GDP at MP? It refers to the gross market value of all final goods and services produced within the domestic territory of a country during a period of year. We are calling it as what? GDP at MP. And now here you can see that the 4 aggregates are gross values and 4 are net values. So you should know what is the difference between gross and net. Actually, the gross signifies that there is no provision for the depreciation. Gross signifies that there is no provision for the depreciation. That means it includes depreciation. When I'm going to calculate the gross domestic product at market price or factor cost, what I will be doing, I will include the depreciation. And you know what is depreciation also. Yes. So if I want to calculate the gross domestic product at market price or gross domestic product at factor cost, or either gross national product at factor cost, in all the gross aggregates, I will be including the depreciation. It means that if I want to find out the gross, I will add the depreciation. Is it clear? Next, I am going to tell you what is net. When I am saying about the net domestic product at market price, here I am saying that it is the net money value of all the final goods and services produced within the domestic territory of a country during a period of time. Here I am saying that it is not having any it is not having any significance for the it is having the significance for the depreciation. That means it will not include what? It will not include the depreciation. That means, in a simple terms, I can tell you that if I am finding out the net value of any of the aggregate, the depreciation will be subtracted. If I am finding the gross value, the depreciation will be added. If I am finding the net value, the depreciation will be subtracted. Is it clear for you? So the 8 aggregates you will by heart. Now, next I am going to tell you about the relationship between the 4 domestic concepts. The 4 domestic concepts are GDP at MP, GDP at FC, and NDP at FC and NDP at MP are the 4 domestic concepts. The first one, GDP at MP. If I am subtracting the net indirect tax from GDP at MP, what I will be getting? I'll be getting GDP at FC. That means from MP, this is market value, and I am subtracting the net indirect tax, and I will be getting what? Factor cost. So GDP at MP minus net indirect tax, I'll be getting GDP at FC. And from GDP at FC, I am subtracting the depreciation. From GDP, from gross, I am subtracting the depreciation. I'll be getting what? NDP at FC. So this part is clear. NDP at FC is what? NDP at FC is the domestic income. From gross domestic product, subtracting the net indirect tax, I am getting GDP at FC. From GDP at FC, I'm subtracting the depreciation, I'm getting NDP at FC. So this MP I have changed to FC by subtracting net indirect tax, and this gross I'm changing to net by subtracting the depreciation. If this part is clear for you, this opposite of this part is like that. When NDP at FC is added with net indirect tax, I will be getting NDP at MP. Because when factor cost, it is factor cost, and I am adding the net indirect tax, I will be getting the market price. From NDP at FC, I am adding the depreciation. From with net, I am adding the depreciation, and I am getting what? GDP at MP. Okay, so it is the relationship between the four domestic concepts. And here, this is NDP at FC is the national income. Is it clear? Now, let us see the relationship between the national concepts. What is the difference between national concepts and domestic concepts? Here, all these are GDP and NDP. But in the national concept, it will be GNP, gross national product, and gross national product at market price and gross national product at factor cost. Like this, all these will be coming under the national. So what is gross national product at market price? Gross national product at market price refers to the gross market value of all final goods and services produced by the normal residents of a country during a period of time. Here, because it is a normal national concept, I am saying that it is produced by the normal resident anywhere in the world, and if it is produced by an Indian, it will be added in the national concept. Here also the same. From MP, if I want to come to FC, I'll be subtracting the net indirect tax, and from gross, depreciation is subtracted, and I'll be getting the net. And with net, I'm adding depreciation, I'll get the gross. And here also from the factor cost, I'm adding the net indirect tax, I'll be getting the market price. Hope it is clear for you. So the 8 aggregates. After that, the relationship between the 4 domestic concepts and the relationship between the 4 national concepts. Next, I am going to tell you about the difference between domestic income and national income. And what is the nature of the concept of domestic income? It is a territorial concept. Domestic income is a territorial concept, and it includes the value of final goods and services produced in the domestic territory. So domestic income, we are calculating only what are produced in the domestic territory. But in national income, we are saying that the final goods and services produced in the entire world, we are considering in the national income. So the nature of the concept of domestic income and national income, you will differentiate and learn. First one, it is produced within the domestic territory, that is domestic income. And if it is produced in the entire world, whatever goods are services produced in the entire world, and if it is of our nation, it will be included in the national income. And the category of producers, the producers for the domestic income, they should be inside or within the domestic territory. But for the national income, the producers can be anywhere in the world, but they should be the normal resident of the country. And the third one, net factor income from abroad. For the domestic income, we are not including the net factor income from abroad. Net factor income from abroad is excluded from the domestic income. At the same time, for the national income, the net factor income from abroad is added. So that is the difference between the domestic income and national income. Now the formulas also you have to by heart, that already told you. Net indirect tax, how can we find out the net indirect tax? From the market price, we are subtracting the factor cost, we will be getting the net indirect tax. And from how can we find out the depreciation? I told you the gross, and the difference between gross and net value will be giving us the depreciation. And net factor income from abroad, that means national value minus domestic value, we will be getting net factor income from abroad. And all the rest of the things you will learn and by heart like that. Now we are going to do the problems related to this formulas. Let us see that.